Good morning, students. So, yesterday we have discussed about relations. Earlier we have discussed about Cartesian product. Now we will discuss one more thing related to the chapter number 2, that is functions. In relations, we have discussed all possible subset of a Cartesian product. In relations, we have to relate elements of one set with the elements of another set. But function is little different from relations. What is the difference? In functions, we have to take each and every element of domain which associate with unique element of its range. That is very important. In relations, there was no such compulsion, but in function, we have these compulsions. So its official, or you can say its definition is, if all the elements of domain are associate with unique element of the range, such type of relation is said to be a function. So we can say that every relation is not a function, but every function is a relation. Why? Since every function fulfill all the properties of relations, but every relation may not fulfill all the properties of function. For example, if any element of domain having no image, or for example, if one or more than one element of domain have more than one range. So these type of cases gives us idea about those relations which are not function. Let me explain you this thing by example. If there is a G in such a way that 1 2 1 3 2 4, then it is quite obvious that domain having two elements 1 and 2 and range having three elements 2 3 4, but here the range of 1 is 2 as well as 3. So this situation is not of a function. It is a relation, but it is not a function. But if f is another function, it is something like 1 2 2 3 3 4. This is a function clearly, since every element of domain have its unique image. Every element of domain have its unique image. For example, if there is a element in domain 4 and there is no range of this element 4, in that case this function will also not be a function. This will be a relation only, because the definition is for each and every element of domain. It means for domain we have each and every element is in such a way that it contains at least one, or you can say unique image in its range. Though it is possible, one element cannot have more than one range, but two or more than two elements of domain may have one range. So it is a function. Now it is a function. In that case, you have to write 4 also in that. So this is a function, this is a relation. So it is a simple concept about relation and function. We can say that every relation is not a function, but every function is a relation. One thing. After that, we will discuss about the domain and range of a function. If f is a function which is defined from a to b, first of all we check that all the elements of its domain have images. So this set A is said to be domain from where the function is defined. Whatever is input, that is called domain. We can say for all x belongs to A, for which fx is equal to y. Though set A is said to be domain which contains input. Now for all y belongs to B. That is output, and it is called range. If function is in the form of roster form, then first element of each ordered pair 1, 2, 3, 4 set A is said to be the domain of function f, and second element of each ordered pair is said to be the range of function. This is about the domain and range, input and output. For example, if we insert something in a port, for example, if f is a function, f is function means act, whatever we want to do, whatever we apply on x, that is called act, and it is function. For example, we want to take square, fx is equal to x square, where x is any real number. So here domain for this function is real number. Whatever we insert, what we can insert here, any real number. So it is a domain. But when we say range, range will be square of x. So range will be a positive number, because square of any real number cannot be negative. So in that case, we can say that range, which is x square, or you can give it a name y, then y also belongs to R, but it will belongs to R positive, since square of any real number is always positive. So this is range. Now we will discuss some of the questions by which we can find domain and range of various functions. Now, as per the definition of function, I have just told you that a function is in such a way that each and every element of its domain have unique image. Now, suppose we want to find definition, we want to find domain and range of this function. When I said that each and every element of its domain must have range, means it must be defined. You have to learn two things to check it. By default, each and every function is having its domain as real number. Now we have to delete those numbers for which function may not be defined. And you have to learn two things. Wherever we have a function which is of the form of denominator, where denominator is there, then remember this thing, denominator must not be 0. Secondly, if a function is in under root, then it must not contain negative number. If denominator is 0, it will not be a function, it will not be defined. If under root is containing negative, it is not a function. Now we will discuss all those cases in which we have denominator and in which we have something like in terms of under root as negative. So here in this case, function is of the form of rational function, something upon something. So simply take denominator in such a way that it must not be 0. X plus 2 must not be 0. It means x cannot be equal to minus 2. So other than that, all real values are domain. So whenever we want to write domain of this function, simply delete those numbers for which denominator is 0. So domain is equal to r minus 2. So except minus 2, each and every real number is domain of this function. Now if you want to find range of this function, simply take fx is equal to y. Here y is dependent variable, x is independent variable. Now we need to convert x in terms of y. How to convert? Just take 3x minus y is equal to x into y plus 2 into y. Take xy towards that side and 1 towards that side. So x is common, it gives you 3 minus y is equal to 2y plus 1, and it gives you x is equal to 2y plus 1 upon 3 minus y. Now here we have got x in terms of y, and I have just told you, simply recall those real values for which it is defined. and whenever denominator is 0, it is not defined. So exclude those values from real number. So range of this function will be all real number except for which its denominator is 0. For which is it 0? Y is equal to 3 gives us denominator as 0. So r minus 3. So by this way you can find domain and range of functions related to rational functions. Something upon something. You have to keep only one thing in mind, that denominator must not be 0. Next is questions related to under root. Suppose we have to find domain and range related to this function. Fx is equal to under root x square minus 4. I have just told you that a function must be defined for each and every element of its domain. Now we all know if under root containing negative values, it will not be defined. So to make or to find its domain, we have to exclude those values from its domain which gives us negative value inside of under root. It means you have to find out first of all for which it is greater than 0. This will be the domain. It cannot be negative. Greater than is equal to 0, acceptable. When you solve, it gives you x square is greater than is equal to 4. And then when you take under root, you must know how to take under root in inequalities. So x square is greater than is equal to 4. When you take under root of it, it is x is greater than 2. Along with that is less than is equal to minus 2, which is very, very important. So wherever we want to take under root of any real like this, learn it. X is less than is equal to a, and again more than is equal to minus a. And for reverse, we have to take x square is greater than is equal to a square. When you want to take under root of it, x is greater than is equal to a and less than is equal to minus a. What is the meaning of it? X is greater than 2 and x is less than minus 2. It means either x is greater than 2 or it is less than minus 2. You can say x belongs to greater than 2 means 2 to infinite. Union less than minus 2 is minus infinity to 2. In other words, you can also write x belongs to r minus 2 to 2. It cannot contain value in between minus 2 to 2. You can check here also. For example, if you take x is equal to 0, when you put 0, it gives you under root of minus 4, and for which it is not defined. So this is said to be domain of this given function. First part is clear or not? For second part, wherever we need to find range, we take fx is equal to y. That is x square minus 4 is equal to y we need to assume. Here x is independent variable, y is dependent variable. Convert x in terms of y. It gives you x is equal to under root y plus 4. Now just think about the values of y for which x may not be defined, or you can say under root contains negative. We all know y cannot be negative, since fx is equal to under root something gives you positive values only in functions. It cannot gives you negative. Why not? Because function always having unique image. It cannot have more than one image. For example, if it would gives you plus or minus, it will be one many, and one many is not a function. You have to simply learn wherever a case of function fx under root something, its range y is always positive. So for positive values of y, x is defined everywhere. So x is defined everywhere. It means y belongs to 0 to infinity, or you can say all real positive. So range of this function will be 0 to infinity, or you can say positive real number. This is related to function. This is very important. The thing which you need to learn or note it down, that whenever we have case of y is equal to fx is equal to under root of x, always take positive y. Y cannot gives you negative values. For example, under root 1 gives you 1 as well as minus 1. If we take under root 1 as plus 1 and minus 1, it is something like 1 many. And 1 many is not permissible in functions. So it is not a function. That's why we take simply positive values as a result. This is about how to find domain and range of a function and simple definition of function. In very next video, I will explain you representation and geometrical expression of various type of functions like signum function, algebraic function, real function, rational function, irrational function, identity functions, etc. So till then, try to solve few questions related to domain and range of a function. Thank you.